Okay, so right now I'm going to be watching my video to my 29-year-old self. So I made this for my Com 3 class apparently back in 2014. So it's not exactly 10 years ago, but it's a message from my 29-year-old me. For my 29-year-old me.
29-year-old me. First things first, I'd like to say that I really, really hope you still look like Andrew Garfield. And now that you're 29, chances are it's really close to that too. Please, please, I hope you do. But
Yeah, I don't think I do.
kidding aside, rather than give you more of my hopes for you, I think I'd rather remind you of my situation right now. That way you'd be able to compare your life then to the life you're having now that you're watching this, and be able to reflect to see how far you've gone or if you still need to go further. So it's January 2014, it's first week, and we both know how terrible 2013 for us. It was by far the worst year I've ever experienced, and right now we're trying to get back up. So to start for New Year, it's pretty much still early in December, and so far so good. But the break kinda pulled us back a few steps. Although we got the rest, I think it made us too lax. We made this really long checklist. A lot of those are not crossed out, unfortunately. But I'm pretty sure we'll get back on track, especially because the academic year is almost ending, and I doubt you want to mess up just one bit. Although I'm pretty sure we will, but nothing major, I hope. And also thinking of the first part I just said, is the present. I want you to remember that right now you're a really, really happy boy. And not just that, but there are other things too that keep you going, keep you motivated and inspired to make the changes you need to. And I doubt you would want to let them down. We actually wrote a quote in our clear book and photos of people that really mean a lot to us. And it says something like that if you can't do it for yourself, do it for them. So if disappointing yourself is fine with you, I'm pretty damn sure that for you disappointing other people is not a fun thing. So let's just continue using that as our motivation and inspiration to keep going forward and keep going and just try not to fall back down again or fall as badly or even worse. But in case if you did fall, because I never know what's going to happen in the next few years, I'd like you to use this video as a wake up call for you. Just like what I did now, I want you to think of all your screw ups, big or small, and analyze them really, really intensely. Then, of course, after recognizing what you did wrong, I want you to learn from that mistake. And of course, part of showing that you actually learned something from that mistake is for you to do something about it, for you to make a change. And once you got that figured out, why not make another video first? Talk to 39-year-old. That's all.
Yeah, so. Oh, this is the first time I've seen this since I uploaded it. Uh, for starters, it's not what I expected the video to contain. I was expecting the video to mention certain people, certain specific things going on back then. But it focused more on my struggles, which is not a bad thing. But I do try to remember where I came from as much as possible to keep I like it. It keeps me grounded. Um, but yeah, things are very different from how they were then compared to now, and I wish I had the same problems now. Those were academics was the first. Um, yeah, I failed a couple of classes then, so that was one of my major problems. And so just to keep it short, I think that was the semester I almost did not study. So that was I was in a way prepping myself of having to work instead of go to school. And my 19-year-old self, honestly, I don't think he would expect to be where he is now, where I am now. Um, I'm not exactly in the career path I set then. Um, I'm in my own room. I've not had my own room for, I'd say, 22 years. This is the first time I've had my own room. I wouldn't count the place I'm staying at for work as my own room. It's not exactly mine. It's a private personal space, but it's not mine. And now I have this, and I don't think that he'd also expect that he'd have a car under his own name that he is paying for. Not even like, well, not just a gift. A lot of things are different, and I'd have had bigger struggles, consecutive struggles. I've had a worse career than the 2013 I was mentioning. But I think the mentality generally is the same. As much as possible, I'd like to get back up. Um, yes, there are setbacks, but not to dwell on them so much. And like try to be better. But a change would probably be I'm not as um, open to helping. I, in a way, became a bit more selfish in the sense that I choose who I help. I no longer just help anyone anymore. But I don't think that's a bad thing. Yes, you can only do so much. So I got that out of me, and you know, um, for my 39-year-old self, if I do remember to watch this, and if YouTube is still a thing, which I think it will be. So you have those two videos and just this one. That would be 2 decades, close to 2 decades of past experiences I'd like you to look back at. And then see again. Are you where you expected to be? Or where you didn't or is it a surprise to you? Is it different from how you pictured it? And we'll see from there. I actually expected to cry. But that will be more of because of the content I thought it would have. And that wasn't the case. So I don't think 39-year-old me would. But definitely take the time after. It's like what I might do. Like, really think through. And lots of fun. And we're about to change Big Fig. I'm not about to be off the calendar soon. So